Hello, life path number 2. Welcome to your reading. It's a little bit chilly, so I'm going to pull my sleeves down. Okay, so this is, it's Halloween, so this is why I'm decorated in my little Halloween. Let me just switch these lights on. There we go. Right, so I'm going to speak about the life path, just very basic, just as I'm shuffling the cards and laying the spread out. That will help me to, connect with the energy, as well as giving you, a little bit of a chat about some of your characteristics. Also, the second part of the reading is to, go through the cards and read the spread, and the third part will be where you get to choose. There'll be 3 cards laid out, and you get to ask a question and choose a card, and that will have a yes or no answer. Some of them are maybe, but generally they are yes and no. So it's best to get the question very clear in your head, but you'll have time to do that as I lay them cards out later on anyway. Life path 2. So going into life path 2's, yous are known as the peacemakers. You can be very diplomatic. You can be seen as the mediators as well. You can be very detail oriented, and you have a great level of understanding about yous. I'm gonna have to shuffle these ways because my hands are very little and these cards are long. So just excuse the different way of shuffling. So yes, you are loyal. You're known for being very loyal and sensitive. And you're very polite as well. Very polite. Some of yous watching this might be a life path 11, but you're watching this because you can watch both 11 or 2. So some of yous may be the master number watching this. And just like, you're just very supportive. So you probably be, one of them friends who people go to for advice. And also with your intuition life path 2 as well, you're good at reading people, and knowing how people are. Plus with your understanding as well, and your diplomatic nature, you're more likely to see things from more than one perspective rather than just jumping straight in with an instant judgment, and following your intuition as well, which makes you good at reading people. So that's a little bit about your personality, but we're here for the tarot, so we will start the tarot spread. So your first card is the Magician. Yay! I love this card coming out because it means that at the minute you're in that master manifesting mind. So basically, whatever you want to achieve, you can achieve. Now, what I will say, because I like to look at things from a positive and negative light, is that when you're in a high manifestation mode, you have to be careful of your thoughts, because you don't want to be manifesting that which you do not desire. You want to be manifesting that which you do. So whenever you get the Magician card, I always feel it's fair just to say, try to have as much of an attitude of gratitude as you possibly can right now, because your energy is that of a manifestor. So these cards are called the Deviant Tarot cards, and they're not like your usual cards. Some of the illustrations, as you might see, can be a little bit daunting, but I brought them in because we're doing a Halloween spread. So so your second card, and speaking of, as you can see the illustration on this card, you have the Queen of Wands, and this is kind of like what's coming as a result of your manifestation, this energy, this manifestation energy. So you've got the Queen of Wands. This is an excellent card to get because it's all about creativity. It's about passion and determination, confidence. It's about being joyful. It's about being bold in your expression, so really standing up for who you are. I mean, as you are a life path number 2, you are very supportive and understanding of others, but sometimes you can be, you can put your needs and wants to the side for that. This is an energy where you're going to be going, no, this is what I need, this is what I want. If you're having, if somebody's coming and saying, I need this, I want that, or even just, you know, taking up too much of your time when you've got things to do, you're going to be putting them boundaries in place, okay, in a nice, loving, gentle way. The Queen is always nice and loving and gentle, you know. So yeah, or it could actually be another person coming in. When it's a court card, it can be another person. So this could be a Queen, it's somebody who embodies this, you know, embodies this creativity, this passion and determination, and they're going to have a really positive influence on your life. The Queen of Wands is always also about helping others, so you may find you have more energy to help others as well. But if you are feeling a little bit like you need some me time, you're going to have no trouble, as I say, just saying nicely, you know, I need some me time. So yeah, come back later. Right, okay, so in your acceptance of what is going on now, you have the death card. So this is a death and rebirth card, and I did say they can be a bit daunting, these cards, so close your eyes if you don't like the look of that card, but it's a Halloween special, so you know, I brought them out. So it's a death and rebirth card. So this is an acceptance. You're going to be in an acceptance of you know, things happen and then things end and new beginnings come. You're going to, and especially with the Magician energy, you're going to find it a lot easier to move through any changes. You're also going to find it easier as well to stick to things, to make sure that they get solid roots and that it is a new start, because you know, the death and rebirth is out with the old, in with the new. So yeah, there's going to be some sort of transformation, some sort of change. It could just be within yourself, it could be with those around you, but there is definitely going to be transformation and change. Now, I'm not picking up a negative change, I'm picking up, you know, a positive change. But again, I will just say, just watch this Magician energy. Keep your thoughts on what you do want, not on what you don't want, you know. Focus on what you do want. So for your best placed energy, so this is where it's best to put your energy, and it's funny because we've just been talking about this, like leaving things behind. You have the Four of Cups, so on an emotional level, you know, you're going to, you know, be moving and looking at the future rather than the past. The past is gone, you know. You know, it's like the ship there, it's sailing away. You know, the ship, that ship has sailed. So again, yeah, I feel for some of you, you're going to be moving away from something that has not been serving you, and it's going to be a positive movement. It really is, and it could be why you've got this beautiful energy now, because I feel it could be something that's been causing you a little bit of issues, and you know, you've, like, you know, draining you. Not all of you, take what resonates, but you know, something that's been draining you, this is going to be changing. Or it could be a person that's been draining you. You're either going to step up with this Queen of Wands energy and put your boundaries in place in a loving care, you know, loving way, or you're just going to, you know, walk away. But either way, it's going to free you up to concentrate on yourself, on what you want for the future. It's going to give you more emotional balance, and that is going to really help you with this Magician energy, with this, you know, bringing to your own life what you truly want. Okay, because with the magician has all of the traits, all of the suits, you know, the swords, the cups, the pentacles, the wands. So you know, that's all about the personality, the mind, the health and wealth, and also the emotional well-being. So he, you know, the Magician energy has everything, so it's a really good balance as well. Okay, but sometimes in order to bring balance into your own life, you have to let some things go, and I feel this is definitely going to be a case for most of you watching this. As I say, take what resonates and leave what doesn't, but there may be something you're going to be leaving behind, or at least putting boundaries in place in order to really concentrate on your own self and what you need from your own life. Okay, so what is best to release is, you have the Six of Pentacles. So the Six of Pentacles is a giving card. It's all about giving. So we, you know, I was feeling this quite strongly before I was pulling the cards. So yes, I feel for some of you watching this, it's a time to really release giving too much of yourself away, whether that be your thoughts, your emotions, just your personality, your I'm trying money, any of the aspects of life. It's just it's a time to really focus on yourself now. You've done, you give a lot, you're a giving person, you're loyal, and you're understanding, and you have all that about your life path too, and it's time to turn all that in on yourself now and give that to yourself. And I feel that's what you're going to be doing, I really do. But you're going to have energy left over to help others. We can see that with the Queen of Wands here, but your main focus is going to be turning all that beautiful personality that you have and turning it back in on yourself and bringing that self-loving, okay, and that self-care. So your direction from the guides or from your higher self, or your angels, your ancestors, that kind of thing. You have the Seven of Pentacles, okay? So the Seven of Pentacles is about gratitude. It's about being grateful. Now, it's funny because I was saying before, the Magician have an attitude of gratitude. It's a really good way of working with that manifestation energy, and this card is just reminding you of that. It's to stay within an attitude of gratitude, because this will help you bring forward that which you want. Okay, so it can also be reflecting on your journey, seeing where you've been, what you've done, what you need to do to move forward. Again, I do feel this is an inside job. You're going to be going within. This is all going to be about you. Life path 2, it's going to be about you. And it can also be harvesting like the fruits of your labour. So if you've been working hard for something, or you've been waiting on something, that could be coming to fruition pretty soon. Okay, this reading lasts for around about 7 to 14 days. So overall, it's a good card to finish on. I'm going to do oracles as well, but for these tarots, it's a really nice card to finish on. So the other thing with this card as well is it's a good card to say keep going. Keep doing what you're doing well, so keep doing what you're doing. Okay, right, so I'm going to get your tarots. Ooh, falling everywhere. Not your tarot, sorry, your oracles. We'll read a couple of group oracles, and then I'll do the yes or no oracle cards. Right, so I have an angels and ancestors, Hermit, retreat and recharge. How mad's that? Because we've been saying in this reading, it's all about an inner journey. It's going within. It's taking back that love and care you give to others and giving it to yourself. It's a time to focus on what you really want in life. It's all about you. Life path number 2, and it is so retreat and recharge. So that just is emphasizing what the whole energy I've been picking up through this reading has been saying. So and don't feel guilty. If you need to take time to yourself, do not feel guilty. Everybody does. And if you are in burnout, or you're never going to be any good for anybody else whilst you're in burnout, it's so important to take that time, life path 2, for yourself. It's not selfish, it's very needed. So we have so we have messages for a rabbit, service to the animal world. Okay, this could be saying to you, to maybe spend some time around animals. Because animals, they don't really want much. They want feeding, walking if they're a dog, but generally you get a lot from animals. They just want to be loved, don't they? So I feel that's why that card might be coming out for your life path number 2, is because animals aren't going to demanding much from you whilst you're in your hermit stage. However, you're still having that companionship, and you're still having that bond, if you like. Right, so that was the main reading. I'm going to now pull 3 cards for you, and you can choose 1, 2 or 3, and think of your question, whichever question you want to ask, and then we can get some answers, yes or no answers. As I said, some of them are maybe, but most of them are. Now, these 2 cards that I'm going to give you, the first one is called the Love. It's like a little, not necessarily romantic love, it's just like a, you know, a love through life. It's all about love, like love activation, I think is the best way to look at it. So we'll get these for you first, and then we'll get you yes and no. It's really good with your yes and no cards to have a good idea. You know, try and keep the questions simple. And then you'll be like, you know, more likely to get a yes or no or not a maybe. Okay, let's pop them there. That's them. Right, now for yes and no cards. The other thing I want to say, the yes and no can pick up on the subconscious as well. So if you get an answer you don't like, it's not set in stone. Energy can be changed, you know, through meditation. Even just a change in perception can change energy. So, you know, don't worry too much about it. If you don't like the answer, just, it's in your awareness and you know how you feel about it, so you know you can do something about it to change it. So yes. Okay, right, so we've got 1, 2 and 3. Right, okay, that's that done. So I'm going to give you a moment now just to decide what cards you want. You could pick more than one if you have more than one question. But yeah, I'll give you a moment. If you need any longer, then please pause the video. Right, I'm going to turn over pile 1 now. So your yes or no is yes. Okay? Yes. And your love activation message is evolution. You realise that obstacles are merely lessons on your path to love. Oh, that's cute. Cute. Okay, so for pile 2, we have a maybe. So maybe, you know, the answer might just not be clear yet, or maybe, I don't know, maybe you could rephrase how you asked the question. Okay, and your activation love card message is integrity. You demonstrate the truth and honesty of your soul and manifest love with your every action. Oh, that sounds like a life path too as well, because you are known for being really, you know, integral. Right, so for the third yes or no, we have no, and we have the devil card. So don't worry too much about the devil card. It's not about the card it's come out with, it's more about the answers, yes or no. Okay, so just ignore that bit. I need some other yes or no cards that don't involve the tarots, because I think it can confuse people, but we're focusing purely on the answer and it's a no. So, and I hope that's the answer you wanted anyway. Right, okay, and your love activation card, life path 2, is individuality. You leave your unique stamp of love on everything you do. That's a nice card, isn't it? Okay, so that was your reading, life path 2. I hope you took some benefit from it. I hope it, you know, helped you in some way. If it did, if you could give me a like and subscribe and hit that notification bell. It's been a pleasure reading for you today. Thank you for connecting with me. Till the next time. Bye.